deception, destruction, dripping blood, death. A cruel remembrance of a shrill-edged shriek. Accident or suicide? Who knows? The woods wail, death stalks. I hate the dreadful hollow.
I hate the dreadful hollow behind the little wood. Its lips in the field above are dabbled with blood-red heath. The red-ribbed ledges drip with the silent horror of blood, and echo there, whatever is asked her answers, death. For there, in the ghastly pit, long since a body was found. His who had given me life, O Father, O God, was it well? Mangled and flattened and crushed, and dinted into the ground. There yet lies the rock that fell with him when he fell.
A period of peace has settled upon Victorian England. If we are to ignore rampant colonialisation and its attendant conflicts, brutality, rapacity and oppression, greed is good, fortunes are made and lost, speculation is rife, dishonesty reigns. Our hero meditates on his relationship to the money-mad masses. Should he succumb to temptation, he muses. Peace is a drunk, the impoverished are treated as beasts, the company plays God.
Peace sitting under her olive and slurring the days gone by, when the poor are hovelled and hustled together, each sex like swine, when only the ledger lives, and when only not all men lie. Peace in her vineyard, yes, but a company forges the wine. And the vitriol madness flushes up in the ruffian's head, till the filthy by-lane rings to the yell of the trampled white, and chalk and alum and plaster are sold to the poor for bread, and the spirit of murder works in the very means of life.
Britannia rules the waves. There is, however, always the risk that a foreign power might try to invade. Imagine an enemy fleet sailing through the channel. Would the nation of shopkeepers leap to defend our island?
For I trust if an enemy's fleet came yonder round by the hill, and the rushing battle bolt sang from the three-decker out of the foam, that the smooth-faced, snub-nosed rogue would leap from his counter and till, and strike if he could, were it but with his cheating yard-wand home.
The hall is a malevolent thing. Perhaps it would be best if I were to flee the pit and the fear. Ah, here is the dilemma. To be or not to be, action or inaction. Workmen have arrived to prepare the hall for the arrival of the bloated cheat, his family and their acolytes to enjoy the new season. Maud will be there too.
Workmen up at the hall, they are coming back from abroad. The dark old place will be gilt by the touch of a millionaire. I have heard, I know not whence, of the singular beauty of Maud. I played with the girl when a child. She promised then to be fair. Maud, with her venturous climbings and tumbles and childish escapes. Maud, the delight of the village, the ringing joy of the hall. Maud, with her sweet purse mouth when my father dangled the grapes. Maud, the beloved of my mother, the moon-faced darling of all.
joy of the whole. Maud, with a sweet person mouth. Maud, moon-faced darling hall. I sighed for a calm, never broken by Maud, neither savor nor sauce. Where is the font? Fontly faultless, icily regular, splendidly love, splendidly love. With a childish escapes. Maud, the joy of the whole. Maud, with a sweet person's mouth. Maud, moon-faced darling hall. I sighed for a calm, never broken by Maud, neither savor nor sauce. Where is the font? Faultily faultless, icily regular, splendidly love, splendidly love.
Maud has bewitched me. I need calm. He is tormented by the thought of her. Faultily faultless, icily regular, splendidly no. The least little delicate aquiline curve in a sensitive nose. He has deceived himself into thinking that he does not care for her and she has no power over him.
Cold and clear-cut face, why come you so cruelly meek, breaking a slumber in which all spleenful folly was drowned, pale with the golden beam of an eyelash dead on the cheek, passionless, pale, cold face, star-sweet, on a gloom profound, woman-like, taking revenge too deep for a transient wrong, done but in thought to your beauty, and ever as pale as before, growing and fading and growing upon me without a sound, luminous, gem-like, ghost-like, death-like, half the night long, growing and fading and growing till I could bear it no more, but arose, and all by myself in my own dark garden ground, listening now to the tide in its broad-flung shipwrecking roar, now to the scream of a maddened beach dragged down by the wave, walked in the wintry wind by a ghastly glimmer, and found the shining daffodil dead, and Orion low in his grave.
Cheese.
I still have my pride, I'll bow to Maud, but not her father or her brother. He is tortured by his own misfortune, especially when set in contrast to the prosperity of Maud's family. The whole of nature is a savage war. The weak are torn apart by the wicked and strong. Mankind is spiteful, unkind, sly, and vicious.
Below me, there, is the village, and looks how quiet and small, and yet bubbles o'er like a city with gossip, scandal and spite. And Jack on his alehouse bench has as many lies as a czar, and here, on the landward side by a red rock glimmers the hall, and up in the high hall garden I see her pass like a light. But sorrow sees me, if ever that light be my leading star.
Let's leave it to fate and God then. Look after yourself. Ignore the tyranny and savage civil wars which ravage our world. Isolation is the answer, philosophy and self-reflection. Retreat from the cruel world into a dreamy, blissful state. And, most of all, flee from the madness of love.
And most of all would I flee from the cruel madness of love, the honey of poison flowers and all the measureless ill. Ah, Maud, you milk-white fawn, you are all unmeet for a wife. Your mother is mute in her grave as her image in marble above. Your father is ever in London, you wander about at your will. You have but fed on the roses and lain in the lilies of life.
Bad weather, a reflection of our hero's state of mind. We have met again. Passion is aroused, but doubt and fear cast a shadow.
Morning arises stormy and pale, no sun but a wannish glare in fold upon fold of hueless cloud, and the budded peaks of the wood are bowed. Caught and cuffed by the gale, I had fancied it would be fair. What if, with her sunny hair, and smile as sunny as cold, she meant to weave me a snare of some coquettish deceit? Cleopatra-like, as of old, to entangle me when we met, to have her lion roll in a silken net, and fawn at a victor's feet.
Maud is singing, her wild voice pealing up to the sunny sky, a song of war, banners, bugles and death.
Boys by the cedar tree, singing to me, silence voice, sweetness choice. Boys by the cedar tree, singing to me, silence voice, sweetness choice. Boys by the cedar tree, singing to me, silence voice, sweetness choice. Boys by the cedar tree, singing to me, silence voice, sweetness choice. Boys by the cedar tree.
I despise the brother. He's using Maud's charms to manipulate me, to win a few pathetic votes. Perhaps Maud is sincere. After all, she is a woman. Does she pity me? She is beguiling and reduces him to a stammering, love-struck wreck.
I have played with her when a child. She remembers it now we meet. Ah well, I may be beguiled by some coquettish deceit. Yet, if she were not a cheat, if Maud were all that she seemed, and her smile had all that I dreamed, then the world were not so bitter, but a smile could make it sweet.
Many years ago we were betrothed to each other, a business deal between our fathers. We were bartered with like commodities, exchanged like stocks and shares, over a bacchanalian feast.
Men were drinking together, drinking and talking of me. Well, if it prove a girl, the boy will have plenty, so let it be.
Maud is showing signs of affection for me. Maddeningly, she is often accompanied by her brother and his friend, whom our hero sees as a love rival. Jealousy, rage and desperation gnaw away at our man who longs to be a leader, a war hero.
Last week came one to the county town to preach our poor little army down and play the game of the despot kings, though the state has done it and thrice as well. This broad-brimmed hawker of holy things, whose ear is stuffed with his cotton and rings, even in dreams to the chink of his pence, this huckster put down war. Can he tell whether war be a cause or a consequence? Put down the passions that make earth hell, down with ambition, avarice, pride, jealousy, down, cut off from the mind, the bitter springs of anger and fear, down too, down at your own fireside, with the evil tongue and the evil ear, for each is at war with mankind.
To be or not to be. Just like that other fatherless prince, our malcontent is on the verge of madness.
Let sweet heavens endure, not close close above me before I'm sure there is one to love me. I shall have my day. What if I go mad? Life has been so sad. What if I go mad? Life has been so sad. What if I go mad? Life has been so sad. Let's sweet heavens endure, not close above me before I'm sure there's one to love me. I shall have my day. What if I go mad? Life has been so sad. What if I go mad? Life has been so sad. What if I go mad? Life has been so sad.
Nature bows before and rejoices in Maud's stateliness. Where her feet have touched, she has reddened the daisies. Maud's brother is contemptuous of our hero, looking down on him when they meet. He has all his father's vices. Maud is of her mother, sweet, complete, incapable of deceit. Madness is kept at bay only by the thoughts of the possibility of romance with Maud.
Scorned, to be scorned by one that I scorn. Is that a matter to make me fret? That's a calamity hard to be borne? Well, he may live to hate me yet. and Maud is as true as Maud is sweet, though I fancy her sweetness only due to the sweeter blood by the other side. Her mother has been a thing complete.
Our hero is taken to spying on Maud, stalking the house where he hears the brother squandering his ill-gotten riches with like-minded friends. More importantly, our stalker fantasises being at her side as she sits like a jewel in the gloom. He is still tormented by her apparent coldness.
Maud's own little oak room, which Maud, like a precious stone, sets in the heart of the carven gloom, lights with herself. When alone she sits by her music and books, and her brother lingers late with a roistering company, looks upon Maud's own garden gate. And I thought as I stood, if a hand as white as ocean foam in the moon were laid on the hasp of the window, and my delight had a sudden desire, like a glorious ghost, to glide like a beam of the seventh heaven, down to my side, there were but a step to be made. The fancy flattered my mind, and again seemed overbold. Now I thought that she cared for me, now I thought she was kind, only because she was cold.
The brother has left the hall to wallow in the pleasures of the city. I must see her, speak to her. He must, or he feels he will become a criminal, or even commit the ultimate sin, suicide. Would it be a mistake to trust a woman who might break a promise to another man? He must speak his mind, or face death. At last, I have led her home. He is ecstatic. She has no equal, none like her, none. He likens her to Eve in the Garden of Eden. Oh, that she won't be a temptress like that biblical siren. I care nothing for the majesty of the heavenly stars, nor what fate might have in store for me.
When the happy years
He accepts and embraces his madness.
But now shine on, and what care I, who in this stormy gulf have found a pearl, the counter-charm of space and hollow sky, and do accept my madness, and would die to save from some slight shame one simple girl.
Maud is like a precious gem, yet death still seems desirable to him. With his sanity seriously jeopardized, he has to face another challenge, which sickens him. The brother is returning to break my dream of delight. He thinks of his dear mother, how she suffered after her husband's untimely death, of how she slowly deteriorated and wasted away. He shares this common bond with Maud. She too lost her mother in an untimely and tragic manner. The brother has forbidden her to speak to me. Am I fooling myself? Could she be spinning a web for me? She says the brother can and has been kind and thoughtful to her. Maud and her fervent, tormented lover still find time to be together. She is sometimes a little cold in her manner. A ball? Of course, I am not invited. I will hide in the garden and watch and wait till the ball is over. And then he can have a secret rendezvous with Maud. What is more, she will be dressed in all her glory and splendour. Ecstasy, eagerness, expectancy, arousal. A drowsy, deeply erotic, uncontrollable blossom. A Gethsemaneic triumph. The red rose cries, she is near. The white rose weeps, she is late. The larkspur listens, I hear. The lily whispers, I wait.
The red rose
met, briefly, the brother founders. He spoke harshly to her. He insulted me. We argued. He struck me across the face. A duel is arranged to take place within the hour. The duel commences and Maud's brother falls, wounded. He accepts the blame for the fight and his injury, then pleads with his assailant to fly. Maud's cry for her stricken brother echoes the mother's cry for the husband who took his own life. In the red-ribbed hollow behind the wood.
For front to front in an hour we stood, and a million horrible bellowing echoes broke from the red-ribbed hollow behind the wood, and thundered up into heaven the Christless code that must have life for a blow.
Our renegade hero rails at mankind. He challenges the heavens to send a flood. He muses on the beauty of nature, which is catalogued and classified by so-called men of science. He is transfixed with the fragility of a shell. His mental state is sharpening his senses. He's not sure if he really did kill Maud's brother. Our runaway is living in the city. He is dreaming of Maud. He hears her voice singing. He imagines meeting her and asking for forgiveness. Then he returns to grim reality, to the dirt of the streets and the crowded town which he loathes. He longs to disappear into a dark subterranean refuge and once there weep his soul out. Will he find comfort, calm, silence, repose in death? Will death provide sanctuary and respite from his earthly torture? No. Even after long interment, he imagines being tormented. Though my heart be dust, my bones are shaken by the traffic of the streets above. This shallow grave is too close to the horse's hoofs. Beat, beat, beat. The tramp, tramp, tramp of innumerable feet. His fellow occupants in the ground roam about endlessly, and their chattering alone would drive a man insane. It seems that society has lost respect for the dead even. He is surrounded by the wolfish behaviour of the corrupt and murderous. He clings to an image of a transcendent Eden-like garden. Yet, even this vision causes him anguish. The roses may be blood, a spectral bride haunts its path, and a sultan resides there too. The pit which claimed my father's life is drawing me too. He begs to be buried. Deeper, ever so little deeper. In his darkest, most hopeless moments, when complete madness threatens to engulf him, his mood can be lifted by thoughts of war. The planets influence him. He likens Mars to a ruddy shield on a lion's breast. Does his salvation lie in performing acts of valour in a just, righteous, cleansing war?
Let it flame or fade, and the war roll down like a wind. We have proved we have hearts in a cause, we are noble still, and myself have awaked, as it seems, to the better mind. It is better to fight for the good than to rail at the ill. I have felt with my native land, I am one with my kind. I embrace the purpose of God and the doom assigned.